sunrise. Its body vibrates with a deep hum that blends with the roar of engines, and its eyes, as large as windows, seem to contain the entire horizon. They say it symbolizes the nostalgia for things that are always in motion, travelers, dreams, and the waves that never return. Sailors of the high clouds tell that the brim 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 brum appears only when someone falls asleep looking out an airplane window. In those moments, the flight briefly enters its shadow, and everyone feels a strange silence, as if the world has paused to breathe. Some claim to have seen its orange fins brush against the sun, leaving a trail of foam in the air. No one knows if it Its body is covered in thick folds of green thorny skin, like a giant cactus pulsing with its own life. Atop its back, small golden crowns bloom, shining at dawn, and from its hooves springs a soft, fertile sand wherever it walks. It is said to have emerged when a lone buffalo sought refuge from a solar storm in the Valley of Thorns, and the earth, moved by its strength, transformed it into a guardian of the desert. Legends tell that the buffalo cactusuffalo wanders alone, following routes that change with the seasons, leaving a trail of ephemeral oases behind each step. On especially quiet nights, some travelers claim to hear its deep bellow echoing through the canyon. with the temperature. In the mornings, it shines like puff pastry straight from the oven. And at night, it becomes soft and warm, perfect for taking shelter from the desert cold. It is said that the Camello crucentino travels the seas of sand, leaving a trail of luminous crumbs that guide lost travelers to hidden oases. The nomads of the dune bread revere it as a bearer of abundance, for where it steps, small palm trees flourish, and the air smells of roasted coffee. But there are also warnings not to follow its scent for too long. More than one curious soul has disappeared among the dunes, lured by the promise of an eternal breakfast. Some say that if you manage to see it at dawn and offer it a cup of hot chocolate, it will show you the way to the legendary Oven of Dawn, where all the desert brainrots are born. Number 7. Crocodilo ananasino bombardetto ananasetto. Born from the unlikely cross between an abandoned bomber in the tropics, a hungry crocodile, and a pineapple that germinated inside it, the Crocodilo ananasino bombardetto ananasetto is one of the most feared and celebrated aerial creatures of the Fruta Terra archipelago. Its body, half golden rind and half scales, shines like the morning sun, and its crown of green leaves serves as a natural rudder when it soars through the skies. From its sides emerge propellers that spin with a sweet hum, as if the very air was sweetened by its passage. They say its aroma mixes danger and sweetness, and that sailors recognize it before they see it, as the wind carries the scent of fresh pineapple and hot metal. Born from the echo of a storm, in the enchanted rice fields of Sumbalora, Sapi Uduk is a creature that is half bovine, half sacred drum. Its skin is made of reddish wood, woven with palm fibers, and its back resonates like an ancestral drum with every step it takes. Golden sparks fall from its horns as if they held the sunset's fire within. It is said that it was created by the monks of sound, who mixed the essence of a sacred cow with the eternal rhythm of the rain festival so that the world would never lose its beat. Its presence announces the arrival of celebrations, but also of profound changes in the land. Villagers say that when night falls and the air smells of cooked rice, the rumble of its steps can be heard in the distance. Duk 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 baraduk. It is not just a sound, but a call. The spirits of the field awaken to dance, and the plants bow their leaves to the rhythm of its walk. However, those who have tried to follow it never return the same. They say its music reveals the secret heartbeat of the universe, a pulse so powerful it can drive mad anyone who listens too long. That is why, on new moon nights, the elders place bowls of sweet milk by the rice paddies, so that the sapi uduk may drink peacefully and continue on its way without awakening the drums of the world. Number 10. El Porquito Mexicanito. Born in the early morning of a fair, amidst the aroma of churros and the echo of mariachis, emerged El Porquito Mexicanito, a creature that is half piggy and half festive spirit. Its pink skin glows with a touch of toasted cinnamon, its mustache plays. It represents the joy that never dies, the musical heart of the Valley of Flavors, where every sound has color and every smile has a rhythm. It is said that El Porquito Mexicanito appears in towns just when sadness threatens to stay. No one knows where it comes from, but upon hearing the first chords of its guitar, the paper lanterns light up again on their own, and children wake up laughing. Some claim that its songs can cure nostalgia. Others swear they have seen it dance under a shower of confetti, leaving behind a trail smelling of freshly made tamales. When its serenade ends, it disappears into the smoke of the fireworks, promising to return whenever silence needs a melody. Number 11. Flamino Scutetti. Flamino Scutetti was born on a summer afternoon when a flamingo, tired of flying over the marshes, decided to rest on an old rusty scooter next to the Brillantino River. The heat of the sun fused the bird's grace with the dormant metal, and thus this elegant and vibrant creature came to be, half bird, half machine. Its body retains the coral hue of its plumage, but its wheels turn with the gentle rhythm of an aquatic dance. Its head, elongated and alert, guides its path with a curious gaze that reflects the shine of the asphalt and the water in equal measure. Within the Brainrot universe, Flamino symbolizes the union between the lightness of flight and the firmness of the road. Travelers who have seen it journeying along the paths of Lustral Lake say that Flamino appears just before sunset, leaving behind a trail of luminous feathers and a hum that sounds like a summer song. Some claim that whoever manages to follow it until it disappears among the reeds will find inspiration for their next destination. Others believe it carries secret messages between the southern towns. What is certain is that it never stays still. Flamino Scutetti is a free spirit of the pink asphalt, a swift messenger traveling between sky and earth, reminding everyone that even the most disparate things can dance to the same rhythm of the wind. Number 12. Frito Peppino Supremo. Born in the greasy depths of the Great Oil Drop, Frito Peppino Supremo is a legendary creature, half toucan, half fried chicken thigh. Its golden, crispy plumage shines like a tempest of crumbs in the sun, and its orange beak flashes with the glow of a freshly lit fryer. They say its aroma of spices and lemon can be sensed from miles. Once seen in an empty restaurant at night, walking between tables and leaving a trail of steam and an irresistible aroma. The few who have heard it cluck assert that its call sounds like the sizzle of hot oil, and that whoever hears it feels an instant hunger, no matter the time. Some chefs in the north of the Brainrot universe worship it as a culinary saint, praying to it before every fry-up. Others fear its visit, for they say that if it perches in your kitchen, your fries will never turn out golden again. Number 13. Ganganzelli Trulala. Born in the citrusy heat of the Mandarin Desert, Ganganzelli Trulala is a rarity among its kind. Its body blends forest. It always carries a small club in its hand, not as a weapon, but as a tool to mark paths and tap out rhythms when bored. It represents the balance between nature and humanity, the patience of trees mixed with the mischief of travelers. It is said that Troncino appears when someone gets lost in the forest and begins to despair. It gently taps its club against the roots to guide the lost one with rhythmic echoes until they find the way out, or something more. Some claim to have seen it dancing with fireflies at dawn. Others assert that it strikes the ground when it senses danger, awakening the sleeping trees. No one has managed to follow it for long. Its steps leave tracks that disappear at dawn, as if the forest itself were erasing its trail to protect its secret. Number 16. Inilah sosok orang yang selalu ngomong. That being is Melonkio, the monkey of infinite chatter. He was born on a hot afternoon when a forgotten piece of watermelon on a table absorbed the echo of a human laugh and decided to sprout a creature with a curious soul. His body is half fruit and half primate, with restless arms and a voice that bounces like a spark inside a well. When the valley's mood drops, Mattia AAAAAASSSS appears with his clumsy gait and unbreakable smile, placing flowers in the hats of sad travelers. Others say that every time a stone rolls down a hill for no reason, it is him playing a solitary game of bowls with the echoes of the wind. No one fears him, though few have seen him, for it is said that if Mattia AAAAAASSSS ever stops laughing, silence will cover the valleys for 100 winters. Number 19. Macrato Vortole. Macrato Vortole was born on the night the moon was eclipsed over the Valley of Faint Noises. He was a white cat with fur so pure it reflected the stars, but in his chest opened a small black void, a cosmic wound that absorbed the size of those who stared at him. His crown was not a symbol of power, but of burden. It was woven from the thoughts of forgotten kings and placed upon his head by the echoes of time itself. They say his crimson mantle moves even when there is no wind, as if entire centuries of royal secrets breathe within it. The legend tells that Macrato Vortole appears only on thrones that no one remembers, those covered in dust in halls where the clocks have stopped. When a kingdom is about to vanish, it is said that his figure materializes, sits in silence, and watches until the people's last word is spoken. Some believe his chest hole holds the voices of fallen monarchs. Others claim that whoever manages to look into his void can see the end of their own story. No one knows if Macrato judges or protects, but all agree on one thing. Where he sits, power becomes an echo, and silence, a crown. Number 20. Nu My Hotspot. His name is Nu My Hotspot, a living burrito born from an accidental fusion of a meal forgotten on a table and the digital anxiety of a student desperate for a signal. His body is made of a warm tortilla filled with rice, peppers, and an intermittent glow of bits and bytes that spark when he tries to connect. He has thin graphite arms and a pair of enormous eyes that reflect the sadness of those who have watched the Wi-Fi icon fade into nothingness. He symbolizes the fragility of modern bonds, the hunger for connection, both digital and emotional. They say that every time a network disappears without explanation, Nu My Hotspot appears kneeling on the floor, pleading with a signalless phone with tears that look like drops of salsa. Some have seen him in coffee shops at dusk. Others claim to have heard him sobbing inside their backpacks when the internet goes down during class. It is said that if you manage to share your hotspot with him, he will reward you with a miraculously stable connection for 3 days. But if you ignore him, the specter of the loading wheel will haunt you in every video you try to watch. Among empty plates and steaming cups of milk, leaving a faint aroma of fried forest in the air. Night travelers seek it for strength, for it's said that a single bite of its aura can keep the spirit awake until the sun touches the treetops. In the forest of griddles, they tell that once every 100 nights, it can be seen dancing among the embers, singing in a language of golden bubbles. Whoever hears it, they say, never feels hunger for sadness again. Number 22. Nukum Kaishana. Nukum Kaishana was born from the collision of a volcanic lightning bolt and the roar of an ancient train crossing the Valley of Smoke. From that thunderous clash emerged its form. A scarlet dragon with scales shining like molten iron, wings that unfurl like blazing banners, and eyes that hold the golden glow of lava. Its breath doesn't burn. It melts fear itself. Whoever faces it feels their thoughts turn to vapor. In the Brainrot universe, Nukum symbolizes protective fury, fire that transforms instead of destroying, and its silhouette over the mountains reminds all that the world's energy never dies, it only changes form. They say it was last seen flying over the crater of Echoes, where each of its roars multiplies into 100 voices repeating forgotten secrets. Some travelers claim to have followed it there and swear that when night falls, Nukum sings deep melodies that crack open stone. and a warm breeze that tastes like home. Number 25. Ta 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 Sahur. Born from the union of a forgotten copper teapot and the echo of a drowsy dawn, Ta 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 Sahur is a creature that wanders through alleys where steam and dreams blur together. Its body gleams like aged metal, always warm to the touch, and from its spout flows a constant sigh, a blend of tea and nostalgia. It has enormous feet, soft hands, and a round gaze that seems to apologize for existing. It's said to symbolize the ritual of awakening, the pause before dawn, a reminder that even the simplest things, like water coming to a boil, can hold a soul while the world still sleeps. Neighbors in the Lantern District say that on the coldest nights, Ta 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 Sahur appears at the end of cobblestone streets, walking with slow, sorrowful steps. Some say it offers warmth to those who've lost their way, serving an invisible steam that soothes the heart. Others claim that if you look directly into its eyes, you'll hear the faint clinking of every teaspoon that ever stirred tea in solitude. No one knows whether it seeks company or forgiveness, but all agree that when the air smells of copper and dew, its silhouette is near, spilling a little of its melancholy steam into the world.